So a statement that I get to make in 2022, probably for the first time since like 2002, is that the Detroit Pistons keep on taking W's, man. My favorite basketball team just made a trade. Not a huge blockbuster trade, but the type of trade that they needed to do this offseason, especially the things we talked about in today's video earlier about Miles Bridges. Now, before we get going on everything here, guys, man, if I could please ask you to hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel, guys. Fact of the matter is that I can make 2, 3, 4 videos a day, but I cannot grow this channel without you guys, man. So I humbly ask, please hit that subscribe button, like the video if you are checking this out, and let's get going on it, man. So, you know, while the trade here is a big deal for the Detroit Pistons, don't get me wrong, it's probably a bigger deal for the New York Knicks. Let me read it out loud here real quick here for you guys. I am going to read the tweet by Woj first, because he's the one that broke him, man. You know, Woj bomb, although, once again, Woj, not really like a firecracker or a sparkler, something a little bit beyond that, man. Like one of those little fireworks that, you know, maybe like your dad picks up or something like that. Like you ain't going to the damn festival to see these fireworks, but he gets lit and it's like, pew! And it's a pretty good show for a little bit and everybody claps. And then, you know, man, you go back to your life or whatever, right? Okay, so here is the full tweet as of about 20 minutes ago with making this video. The Knicks are trading center Nerlens Noel, taking no L's, man, just like the Detroit Pistons, no L's, and guard Alec Burks to the Pistons. Sources tell ESPN the Knicks will allow $19 million more in salary, clearing the way for cap space to try and sign free agent guard Jalen Brunson. We got some more of this here, man. So the Knicks are including 2 future second-round picks and cash in the deal to incentivize the Pistons, sources tell ESPN. We got New York will send Detroit back its 2023 second-round pick, a 2024 second-round pick via Miami, and $6 million, man. So yeah, John Wall, $6 million he got bought out with. I don't know, man. We got a hold of this somehow. The Knicks have cleared $30 million in salary cap space to offer Dallas Jalen Brunson in the neighborhood of a max contract. The unloading of assets and contracts clearly showed the Knicks' confidence that they can secure Brunson once free agency opens on Thursday. I thought it was Friday, man. What? Yo, man, I canceled some family plans because I heard it was Friday. Don't be switched up now, Woj. And then finally, we have Detroit is eager to utilize center Nerlens Noel and guards Alec Burks next season. GM Troy Weaver had Noel on his team in OKC, and Burks is an ideal veteran to mentor the Pistons' talented young group of guards. So there is so much to unload there, man. Let me pull up the full trade details on my phone so I can talk about it from both sides of things. First off, you know, earlier today I made a video talking about Miles Bridges. I was like, okay, it looks like the Hornets management want him back. So at this point, the Pistons have, you know, $64 million in cap space. And I can't really think of a plausible solution or opportunity to use that cap space on this season, man. So the idea, but I'm pretty sure you have to like use it up. Like you can't just like keep the cap. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to use it up and everything. So, you know, obviously there's still guys like DeAndre Ayton on the market, but I think when it comes down to it, you don't want to take on that big a risk. And the Pistons had a chance to bring in some veteran players, some draft picks. And yeah, man, like they used up some of that cap. They got some good stuff out of it. And keep in mind too, Nerlens Noel and Alec Burks, both 2 really solid veteran players. These are going to be guys that around the trade deadline, the Pistons could flip for even more assets. Like, please tell me ain't going to be some team out there knocking on the door for Nerlens Noel or Alec Burks when they're trying to make that second half push on the NBA season, right? So talking about both these guys real quick here, man. So Alec Burks on the NBA season for the New York Knicks, he played 81 games, started 44 of them. He averaged 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. So he's the type of guard that can do a little bit of everything. When Kemba Walker was actually on the Knicks, they actually benched Kemba Walker, just said this dude's not getting it done for us, so they could start Alec Burks at the point guard position. So, I mean, I think he's more of a shooting guard. To be quite honest, I like him playing off ball more, but at times creating a shot for himself, as opposed to being like the primary ball handler in offense. I don't know if I like that too much, but the fact that he can play both positions, I think is very important. And then Nerlens Noel didn't really play too much this season because of injury, so he didn't really average the greatest of stats. But the season before, I know he had a huge impact on that Knicks team. It was a big reason that they made it to the playoffs. And that season, okay, well, maybe the numbers weren't all that good. Okay, they weren't much better than this season, actually. 5 points, 6 rebounds, 2 blocks, 1 steal per game, man. So call him, you know, Walmart Ben Wallace up in here, right? You know, not scoring, but blocking some chops and everything. Plus, draft picks, obviously, are fantastic for a whole list of other reasons, right, man? But I don't know. You know, the other day, I made that video freaking out about Jeremy Grant being traded. I think those times are over. I think those dark times of just not knowing what's going on is finally over, and I can be excited about my team again, man. You guys have no idea, you know, being a YouTuber for, I think since 2013, I've been doing the Christy Flake stuff, and, you know, I was a fan this entire time of the worst team in the NBA, so the fact that I was able to keep up a level of passion about basketball while my team was the worst, like, you all ain't seen nothing yet here, man. I can't wait. I can't wait. But also, okay, let's talk about this from the Knicks side of things. They're going for Jalen Brunson, guys. They want Jalen Brunson, and if you ask me, they want him real bad. Like, I'm talking about, not only did they give up their lottery pick, but they also traded away Duren to the Detroit Pistons to free up cap. And it just seems like when it comes down to it, man, the Knicks, it seems like they need a win. They need Jalen Brunson to come onto this team and dominate. And dominate real good, man. Like, for so many years now, the Knicks have been a free agent. Man, let me switch my light real quick. That's looking good. Okay, there we go, guys. For many years now, though, man, the New York Knicks have been a team that, you know, much like the Boston Celtics or the Miami Heat, Los Angeles Lakers, you know, you see them in every single trade rumor, free agency rumor. You know, sources tell ESPN that the Miami Heat are interested in this guy or the Lakers in this guy. Like, that's straight up the Knicks too, man. Or at least it was. Like, you guys remember the season that Zion was supposed to be drafted and the Knicks fell in the draft and everything like that, and they thought they were going to go for Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, and everybody was laughing at them, and then they actually built a really good product, right? They actually made the playoffs that season. I was actually really happy with them. But yeah, man, when it comes down to it, like Jalen Brunson, he is the type of point guard that I think the Knicks need. I think he has that toughness factor, man, that New York grit and grind to him, where I think the fan base is really going to embrace him, assuming he doesn't choke. And, you know, man, he was really good on the Dallas Mavericks in the playoffs. I mean, really good. Wasn't the dude averaging like 27 points per game or something like that? And, yeah, in the regular season, he was fine. I think he was closer to like 15 points, few assists, something like that. I don't know the exact numbers, do not have them in front of me. But definitely not max contract money. So you get a little nervous when a guy plays up in the playoffs. You wonder, is this sustainable for an 82-game season? And beyond 82-game season, we're talking a 4 or 5 year commitment contract to this particular player. Now, Jalen Brunson is a winner, man. Like, straight up, this dude in college, I think Villanova is where he played for and won College Basketball Player of the Year. The only reason he fell in the draft whatsoever was not because of accolades when it comes to college basketball. It's because, you know, he's like 6'1". But he's that Isaiah Thomas 6'1". You know what I'm talking about, man? Isaiah Thomas and Zeke for the Detroit Pistons bad boys team. I'm sorry, man. Pistons on the mind. I'm talking Isaiah Thomas for the Boston Celtics, you know, 5'9", that's what I'm talking about, man. And just always being able to use his body to his advantage and stuff like that, which is why Isaiah Thomas didn't really end up, you know, being anything after his hip injury, because he wasn't physically as capable anymore. So I think Jalen Brunson's going to be completely fine, though. It's a lot of money, but at the same time, you know, assuming that Zhang dude doesn't end up becoming some superstar, I think it's okay. I don't think the Knicks have done any, like, horrible damage yet, but a lot of that's going to depend on how the Jalen Brunson signing even goes if he comes to the team. I was also reading that the Dallas Mavericks plan to offer him a contract too, and obviously too, man, just, you know, if the trade comes back and bites him a few years down the road, that remains to be seen. But that is all we have for this video, guys. Give me your thoughts at the bottom of the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.